Good morning. Today we are going to be concentrating on doing calculus, revising the paper from November 2024 from the Department of Education. So in this case, we are going to start from question 8, where our first question on calculus was. Question is saying determine the x of 3x minus 5x squared. So to differentiate this, you are going to ask yourself questions on each of these two terms of this function. Then you ask, am I able to differentiate the first term? If your answer is yes, you ask yourself, am I able to differentiate the second term? If your answer is yes, you start up with your differentiation. And once you start with your differentiation, we do not want to see the dx. So it means this reduces to, here we are going to apply the rules of differentiation, where if you are given that y is equal to a multiplied by x to the power n, your dy dx will be equal to this coefficient of, which is a multiplied by u, the power which is n multiplied by x to the power n minus your power. So if we want to apply that here, we are going to have our 3. It's a constant. It reduces to 3. Then multiplied by our power there. Our power is 1 multiplied by our x to the power 1 minus 1. Then we are going to have the second term minus 5 multiplied by our power, which is 2 multiplied by our x to the power 2 minus 1. So eventually, we are going to have here x to the power 0. Any number raised to the power 0 is 1. So it's 1 times 1 times 3. Here we are going to have a 3 minus 5 times 2. We are going to get a 10. Then x, because our power is 1, 2 minus 1, we are going to get that. Then you score your full marks. So on question 8.1.2, we are given, you are supposed to determine g prime of x if g of x is equal to 2 over x squared minus the cube root of x to the power 7. So you have to ask yourself, am I able, whenever we are using rules, ask yourself on each term, is my unknown a numerator? If it's not, then it means you cannot differentiate. Is my unknown in exponential form? If it's not, it means you cannot. You cannot differentiate when your unknown is a denominator. You cannot differentiate when unknown is a surd. So it means a numerator, if it's a denominator, on the denominator, you have to transfer it to the numerator. So this gx, and take note, the differentiation process has not yet started. So it means you can't talk of g prime. We are still simplifying. So it's still our gx. This will be equal to, you convert that one. So it means the coefficient is 2 here. Then when you transfer this to the numerator, the sign of our exponent changes. Is going to be x to the power a negative 2 multiplied by, we are going to have our x there. Then when this comes here, you have to take note that this part which is coming outside is going to be a denominator. So it's going to be 7 over 3. there. Then, once everything in this form, we can start differentiation now because everything is in a form that we can differentiate. So it means we can now introduce G prime. As long as any of the terms cannot be differentiated, we are not talking of G prime. Cannot start the process of differentiating. So now, since everything can be differentiated, you can now introduce the first derivative, then you multiply the rules of differentiation. So our coefficient, which is 2, multiplied by the power, in this case, the power is -2, and then x multiplied by that x to the power a -2, a -1, minus the coefficient here, it's 1. So it's going to be -1 multiplied by the power is 7 over 3 multiplied by x to the power 7 over 3 minus 1. So from there, it means our G prime is going to be this times this. We get a -4x. Our power is now a -3. Now here we have minus this times this. It's 7 over 3x to the power this minus this. We are going to get a 4 over 3 as our power. Now, so we are on question 8.2. The question says determine the equation of the tangent to the curve fx. So whenever we want the equation of a tangent, it means we want the equation of a straight line. What is it that we have to do when we want the equation of a straight line? Therefore means we want, number one, we need a point, then we also need a gradient to determine the equation of a straight line. So here they are saying determine the equation of a tangent to fx equal to x cubed minus 4x squared plus 2x plus 3 at x is equal to 2. So a point, to get the point, we are only given the x coordinate. So it means we have to determine the y coordinate by substituting the x coordinate in the function so that we get the corresponding y coordinate. So using our fx, which is given here, we can get the y coordinate by substituting a 2. So it means we are going to get f2 being equal to 2 to the power 3 minus 4 multiplied by 2 to the power 2 plus 2 multiplied by 2 plus 3. So you simplify that using your calculator. We are having 2 to the power 3 minus 4 times 2 to the power 2 plus 2 times 2 plus 3, which is giving us a -1, which is giving us a -1. So the point or our coordinate means that tangent is going to be passing through the point 2 as our x coordinate given, then -1 is the corresponding y coordinate. We also, as we said, we also need gradient. So to get gradient, it means we have to derive this function to get the gradient. So to get the gradient, so it means our f prime of x is equal to 3 is 1 multiplied by the power, which is 3 multiplied by x to the power 3 minus 3 minus 1, then minus 4 4 multiplied by the power is 2, 2 multiplied by x to the power 2 minus 1, then plus 2 multiplied by the power there is 1, then multiplied by x to the power 1 minus 1. You have to take note when we differentiate constant, we are going to get 0. So simplifying that, our f prime will be equal to, this times this is going to be 3x squared minus 8x, here our power is 1, then plus 2. Take note there, plus 2. This is our gradient function. So to get the gradient of this tangent, it means we have to substitute the x value there 2 at that point in this gradient function. So it means the gradient of the tangent will be given by this, which is equal to 3 multiplied by 2 to the power 2 minus 8 multiplied by 2. It's multiplied by 2, then plus 2. If we simplify that, it's going to give us 3 multiplied by 2 to the power 2 minus 8 multiplied by 2 plus 2. That is giving us a negative 2. So it means the gradient of this tangent is negative 2. So when you get the equation, we are going to say y is equal to mx plus c. But our coordinate is 2, negative 1. Where there is y, we are going to put a negative 1 equal to our gradient is negative 2. Our x coordinate is 2, then plus c. Make c the subject of the formula. So minus 1 equal to minus 4 plus c. When you transpose the negative 4 to the other side, it therefore means that a negative 1, a positive 4 is equal to c. Therefore, the c is equal to 3. Hence, the equation of the tangent will be given by, therefore, equation of tangent will be given by y is equal to m negative 2x plus c, which is a 3. Alternatively, after getting a point and the gradient, we can use the form of the equation of a straight line. It says what? Y, the equation of the straight line, y minus y1 equal to m open bracket x minus x1 close bracket, where y1 and x1 are representing the coordinate that we are using to get the equation of the line. So we are going to have y minus our y1 is -1, being equal to the gradient -2, open bracket, x minus the x1 is 2. Simplifying, we are left with y plus 1 is equal to minus 2x plus 4. So we are saying y is equal to minus 2x plus 4 minus 1 after taking this one to that side. So it means, therefore, the y is equal to minus 2x plus 3.